Hola from the west side. It is me, DC the Purple Diva. Welcome to Not So Random Chat. Happy Wednesday, y'all, and happy Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day to all those who have served our country. Special shouts out to my cousins. My cousin Suzette. We call her Susie Q. My cousin Sabrina. And my cousin Gwen. And my cousin Zarin. 3 girls and 1 guy. Shouts out to them for serving our country. Well, you guys, today is 11/11. And we as a country are going through some kind of crazy times right now with a current president who has lost the election, allegedly, we'll say at this point, but up until December 6th, when the Electoral College makes their count, he basically is running the gamut, trying to, do everything he can legally do to try to overturn the election. I don't think that that's going to happen. But here's the part of it that a lot of us are not thinking about. And I want to bring this to people's attention so that people kind of think about this while you're thinking about all the things that are going on in regards to this election. The last time we had something like this where one candidate was challenging the results, that time was just in Florida. However, in that election as well, there was a slowing of the transition. Information was not transitioned the way it should be, the way it was between 44 and 45. And as a result of that, you guys, we had 9/11. Now, I'm not trying to scare anybody or anything, but I just want you guys to think about the fact that now the things that our current president is doing have the potential of risking the national security of our country. He has also gone through firing some of his high officials at the Pentagon. Now, I don't know about y'all, but as far as I know, our country's still at war. We have been at war since before 9/11. Let's be clear about that. Let's not forget Desert Storm that started back in the early 90s. I think 89, 90. That's how long we've been at war. And 9/11 was simply when that war came to our own country. Now, whether you are a Trump supporter or a Biden supporter, it really shouldn't matter at this point. You should be thinking about the actual safety of our country because of what's going on with our current president refusing to transition. Right now, he should be already doing things. We should not be waiting until December 6th or December 14th. even if he thinks that this election was not won, he still needs to follow the law. What he is doing right now is putting our whole country at risk, a huge security risk. And our enemies are quite happy with that. Make no mistake about that. The enemies are quite happy with that. Now, some of y'all may not remember 9/11, but I sure as hell do. I remember it as the day that the skies went quiet. Now, at the time of 9/11, as do I now, I lived within 5 miles of Los Angeles International Airport. And let me just tell you, when planes stopped flying, it was silent. Kind of similar to the silence that we started to hear during the pandemic when we had the shutdown. But it was more eerie. I mean, during the pandemic, there was a long period of time in there where a lot of us it was very, very quiet during certain points that it wouldn't normally be for those of us who are city dwellers. And I'm not trying to scare anybody, but we need to pray for our country. Seriously. We are seriously being put at a security risk because of having a narcissistic president who refuses to concede. And he does not have to concede, but he should be doing the transition anyway. And all of his people need to be doing that. Because, if by some chance it is found that Mr. Biden's election was not legitimate, he can roll everything back. But in the meantime, he needs to be doing what he needs to be doing instead of trying to destroy everything before he leaves office. But this is exactly what I told you guys he was going to do. I told you that Mr. Trump was going to go on a rampage before he left office. Did anyone see him today when they showed him at the tomb of the unknown soldier in Washington, D.C.? He seemed to be so, so sad. And I hear that the general mood at the White House is rather bleak right now. But he needs to put on his big boy pants and deal with this. Geez, man, you're 75 years old. Act like you're 75 freaking years old. And stop acting like a 2-year-old about this. As I pointed out before, everything that's going on right now is the exact same stuff that the Democrats did prior. It's like history is just repeating itself. Just a different party. Two sides of the same coin, I say, as someone who happens to be nonpartisan and independent. And I certainly hope that over the next 4 years, even though a Democrat has won, that somewhere in this country, we get something It's going to make a change. There needs to be a change in both of these political parties. There needs to be a change in the Republican Party. I don't know if the Tea Party is the right way, and there definitely needs to be changes within the Democratic Party. And if they don't do that, you're going to continue to see both parties continue to bleed people. Don't forget to smash that like button, you guys. Even if you're in the clouds, smash the like button. I appreciate it. Yeah, Mr. Trump is really on a rampage. He's behind the scenes on the rampage, but nonetheless, he's on a rampage. And I feel like he is trying to destroy the government. If he really wanted to make our country great again, he wouldn't be doing what he's doing right now. He wouldn't be doing that. I'm disappointed, but I'm not surprised. Disappointed, but not surprised. Not surprised by the behavior whatsoever. Yo, David got a shirt on tonight. You know why he has on a shirt tonight? Because he knows that he cannot come on camera if he does not have on a shirt. Mom's rules. But somehow he picked the shirt so that when I come on camera, we're gonna be looking like pink and green. Like there's some AKA stuff going on up in here, and I assure you it's not, because I'm definitely a Delta, and I don't wear pink and green together. Purposely. Anyway, that was just some Delta shade, you know. But I am, you know, proud of the fact that there is a woman as the vice president. We've already gone over the fact that she is not actually Black. She's only a quarter Black. If the ethnicity in regards to her father's dynamics is correct, that would make her a quarter Black. And that would make her more Asian, more Indian, which is very good for them as well. And we've already talked about the Eva Longoria stuff. Hey, Darren. Yeah, I had to put that little shade in there. My son actually has the audacity to have some mint green on. And I just happen to have on a pink top. So when he comes on camera, it's going to be looking like I'm an AKA, but I promise y'all I'm not. I will, on the 29th of this month, I will be a Delta for 37 years. 37 years. And in 2023, I will be a Delta for 40 years. Lord willing, I'm still here. I plan on being here, though. Shoot, in 2023, man, I will be 60 years old. Oops. And I will be eligible to be a Delta Deer when I've been in the sorority for 4 years, because my age will be right. Those Delta Deers are gangster. But yeah, no, I am very proud of the fact that someone in the Divine Nine is in the administration, that they went to an HBCU. I'm proud of all of that. But, you know, I'm not going to call her Black because she is biracial. You know? But I'm also not going to be nitpicking and running around, you know, with, you know, banners about it. Because I'm not that invested in it. You know, she, I hope, turns over a new leaf as Madam Vice President that is better than her legal legacy in the state of California. And that's being honest. She was never for Black people. She says she was doing her job. But now you're in the national spotlight. Make some changes. Even if you are only 25% Black, make some changes for minorities, because it is Black, brown, and anything but the people whose skin has no color, the pink people, that are systematically, thrown in jail. We have many of our brothers and sisters that are serving crazy sentences because they have marijuana. Okay. And then what? Marijuana is now legal in 30 states, but it's not quite enough. It has to be a third of the states. So I think that's 33 states. 33 states out of the 50 states, I believe, have to make marijuana legal for it to no longer be a Schedule I drug. By that happening, what that means is that state laws basically would override federal law. It would make the federal law null and void. And see, here's the thing. There's really no reason why they have marijuana as a Schedule I drug other than they want to keep us down. They want to keep these people down. Now, the good thing is that as states are making it legal, people's records are being expunged if they're already out. But what about all those people who are in jail for drugs, and the drug was marijuana? That would be a way to fix the judicial, some of this judicial system. Fix that. That would be a huge thing, and expunge every one of their records. Now, I'm not talking about the drug dealers. Don't get it twisted. We're not talking about drug dealers, but we're talking about people who had a gram of marijuana. We're not talking about somebody who was trafficking large quantities. I mean, that's all we're talking about. Especially because now CBD is 100% legal in this country. And CBD, which is from the cannabinoid portion of the cannabis plant, is great for so many things. It helps people on the autism spectrum. It helps people with epilepsy. It helps people with anxiety. It helps people with PTSD. And it comes from the same plant. But see, cannabinoids is something that we produce in our bodies naturally. CBD just gives us an extra push of it to help with things like pain and anxiety. How's things going for you, Darren? How's things going in the middle of the country? How are people handling this election? I'm gonna drop. Let me see. Do I know how to do this? Y'all know I'm so sad. Okay. I finally bought a second mouse. I think I clicked. Okay, I'm gonna put the link in the chat if anybody wants to come up. I know there's people in the clouds. But I put it in the chat. They're canceling school for the kids. Is it because of the COVID? Is the COVID doing that? I know, like here, we're starting to hear everyone. Are you guys starting to hear about them potentially closing down the country again? I'm hearing rumors of it here in the West. Hey, Portal. Oh, let me let you on.
Hey, what's happening?
Hey.
Yeah.
Happy Wednesday.
Yeah. Happy Wednesday. What's today? Wednesday? Yeah. Happy Wednesday. Yeah. How you doing?
They're shutting down the schools there. Is it because of the corona?
Yep. On Monday, the Monday they're going to make an announcement that they're going to make the kids go virtual, and the teachers still have to go into the building, but the kids are going to be virtual.
Wow. So the teacher's going to be sitting there looking at a computer with the kids on it.
Mm-hmm.
That makes all the sense in the world.
You know, it's crazy, man.
And see, they're going to have this vaccine, but here's my thing with the vaccine. And I said it yesterday. They're talking about ours is supposed to be 90%, but I don't trust it. Number one, because of the statements that have been made by Mr. Bill Gates, and I know he's all up in it.
Mm-hmm.
About changing people's DNA,
yep,
so that they would be more susceptible to it.
Yep.
I'm good.
Yeah. Well, they said in order for it to be stable, they have to keep it at 94 degrees below zero.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, in order for something to be stable like that, and then the people that created the vaccine, they have a biotech company in Germany, and they focus on cancer research. So they were using antibodies to attack cancer.
Yeah, so this is the antibody treatment,
right? So it's like, all right, man, come on, like, come on, cut the bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
And now the Russians say that they have something that's supposed to be 99%.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that today.
Yeah. I believe that. I'm not taking it, period.
Here's my thing. I believe that the antibody treatment will help some people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe that it's going to help everyone. And I don't know what's in those antibodies that they're putting in people's bodies.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they say it's an RNA treatment, right? So ribonucleic acid.
And I told you, I happen to be one of those people in this world that has no RH in their blood.
Mm-hmm.
I tell people we have the original blood because I believe that originally nobody had RH in their blood.
Right.
But so yeah, I'm not letting you change nothing in my DNA.
Nah, I'm good, man.
I'm real good. And then for me, because I believe that for my son, I'm not saying this is for everybody's kid, but for my son, the MMR bundled is what caused him to be susceptible to becoming autistic, because he was not born with autism.
Yep. See, that's I think you could see it. I've heard that you could literally see it happening.
I did. We saw it happening. We saw when things were happening, but we didn't know that that's what was going on.
Wow. That's scary.
And then, and the CDC knows, but what kind of lawsuit would that be?
Like the Henrietta Lacks lawsuit?
I mean, what kind of lawsuit would that be? Because that hits everybody.
They wouldn't pay it.
Everybody.
Yeah, they couldn't pay it. It's
You
like
know, and
like the Henrietta Lacks lawsuit. They can't pay it, man. They can't calculate
and
it.
it's not just black parents saying that those vaccines caused it. It's and other countries believe that it's the vaccines. Some other countries have banned the bundling of the vaccines. We're the only fools that continue, and any countries that follow behind us, which would be the entire continent of Africa.
Wow.
And which is why autism is so prevalent over in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't even have any clue as to how many kids over there really have it, because we don't find out about them until they're much older, because the parents, hide them because they think that they might be possessed, all kinds of other crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm. It's wow.
But I mean, how do you feel about the things that Mr. Trump is doing right now? I mean, firing the people at the Pentagon, not giving the person who it appears to be the president elect access for the transition. I mean, to me, it makes me fearful, because the last time something like this happened, we had 9/11.
Mm-hmm. You really want to know my opinion?
And that's why I'm asking.
Okay.
I know that you are a Republican. That's why I'm asking.
Right. Well, the election's not certified yet.
Yeah, I know it's not certified, but I'm just asking how you think. What do you think about his
behavior?
That's why I said I can't wait till December 6th is here.
Yeah, I mean December 6th. So if it comes down the pipe on December 6th that he actually did win the election, and all these provisional ballots had to be thrown out, and he did win, then it would look like he was acting like in a prudent manner.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like it's like history is going to be is going to tell the story. It's going to tell the story of it, if he's making a good decision or not. He has to, until the election. A media outlet can't call the election.
No, they can't. But we all know that the same thing happens every time. And even 4 years ago with Mr. Trump, the same thing happened. We went through all of this stuff all the way up to, the only difference is that in that particular one, there wasn't any challenging of anything by Hillary, because there was no incumbent.
Right.
But we all remember back when Al Gore did challenge.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, and then they waited though. Remember, they waited. They really waited until they certified everything before they really acted like that. I think that.
But the thing is that my concern is that all of this cloud over everything, if everything comes out in the end, that Mr. Biden is in fact the president-elect, then we have a whole month that information was not transitioned, and the people for the current president blocked access. And my concern is about the national security.
Right. Yeah, there definitely should be a concern. Right. I mean, I would think that it would be a serious concern. Right.
And my reasoning is because of, I mean, I didn't even think about that's what happened before 9/11. Oh, hell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We do not want another 9/11.
Right.
We do not want to leave our country vulnerable for something like that. So I'm hoping that, what we're seeing on the surface, that they're doing something behind the scenes, that at least they're giving enough information to, or they're giving enough access to Mr. Biden's people without, that they need to have, so that if on December 6th everything is certified, that we don't have to start everything on December 6th.
If that's the case, then that has to be the case. I would rather go on the err on the side of caution because because what we are going through right now with the pandemic. I mean, yeah, I understand that we want to hurry up and we want to get Mr. Trump out of office. But if
No,
Mr.
no, no,
Trump,
that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that I'm hoping that they are, what we're hearing publicly is that, is that they're not doing any transitioning. What I'm hoping is that privately they're working things out,
Mhm.
In case on December 6th, the results on December 6th are exactly the same as what
Right.
the networks have stated. That's
Right.
what I'm hoping is going
Yeah.
on, despite what we're seeing in the public, because
Yeah.
we can only go by what we're hearing.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Oh,
But I know, like I said before the election, I said it doesn't matter who won this election. There were going to be people who are not going to be happy. There are going to be people who are going to be very happy, and we were going to still have a divided country. And whoever was going to be in office has a lot of work to do.
yeah. I think in the end, black people gonna lose. So
Well, you heard what I said.
yeah,
You heard what I said is that, from what I understand, there's nothing about black people in the first 100 days of what Mr. Biden plans to do.
yeah,
However, this man said that we had his back and now he's going to have our back, which means that if you have our back, quote unquote, that you need to be doing something for black people within that first 100 days, even if you're not talking about it right now.
right. Yeah, I want to hear you talk about it.
I want him to talk about it too. And
I want to hear you talk about it, man.
That's a concern for me, is that nothing is being said.
Nope.
I mean, that's why I want people to take the focus. Let's take the focus off the fact that Kamala Harris is only a quarter black. Okay, take the focus off of that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, is she going to have a different legacy
than what she had when she was prosecutor?
Exactly. Is she going to have a different legacy?
Yeah.
Because she went to an HBCU and
Yeah.
she is part of the Divine Nine.
Is this leopard going to change?
Black or not?
Is this leopard going to change her spots?
Exactly. me living in California,
mm-hmm.
I have a different perspective. And even her sorors who live here in the state of California, are giving her the side eye about that stuff.
Mm-hmm. See, I don't like the that one picture where the little black girl walking, how they had to have the black girl shadow, and how they have her walking
the little girl, the first one to integrate public schools.
Yeah,
it's like, that's the thing that I think that's the thing that really got a lot of black people, because of the fact that this woman is not 100% black. She's not even 50% black.
Mm-hmm. What kind of slave mentality thing is that?
And I was like, I said, well, her father is like Bob Marley, y'all. Bob Marley was biracial.
Yep.
And her father is biracial, which would make, if that is the case, that means she's only 25% black.
It's like a quadroon or something like that.
She's a quadroon.
Yeah.
So the proper thing to say is that she's biracial.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever that is.
Like multiracial.
Multiracial, exactly. Something like that.
And a multiracial with leaning a white supremacy.
Black.
Yeah. Because the Hindus they live in a caste system where people who are darker, the darker you are, the lower down you are on the totem pole.
She's fairer. So she's fairer within their system. So in their system as well, she would get that preferential treatment.
Yep. Which ain't no good.
And I think that's the thing that most people have that an issue with this is that until she, other than her college experience, she has not lived a Black experience.
Nope. If there was a Black man that was married to a white woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
He would be called a COON.
And the thing is that everyone knows that if Obama had been married to a light-skinned Black woman, it would not have gone so well for him. He had to be married to someone who was obviously
from the South Side of Chicago,
South Side in the house, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, because at least Obama, you know, is actually half Black, although he is half African, half Kenyan.
Yeah, I want somebody whose grandmama's from Alabama, or
you know,
from
I mean,
Tennessee, or South Carolina.
We have yet to have someone in a high office whose ancestors were slaves in this country.
Yeah. So until then,
and Obama is related to 2 or 3 presidents on his mama's side.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's whack, man.
He's part of the family.
Yeah, he's just whack, man.
You know.
I mean, his grandmother was a bank president.
And we all know that Obama, and I love Obama, but we all know that Obama started to, you know, understand his Blackness as an adult. You know, that's that whole book he wrote about, that whole book that, you know, really pivoted him into the White House. It was about him, you know, coming to age and really accepting that he was a Black man.
Yeah. You know, I always say to my mom, I always say the meanest people on the face of the earth are Black men who are over 50 years old. Because we didn't live it, we didn't been through it. And it's like when you finally realize that, yeah, this is the system we in. There ain't nothing you can do about it.
Hey, uppity. Hey, pal. Hey, Terry.
I'm sorry. Man. This is crazy. This whole thing that I never would have thought that 2020 would have been like this.
This whole year has been so insane. Why would the presidential election be any different?
Exactly. I wouldn't expect nothing less than a roller coaster. Nothing less.
You know, it's just got everybody's nerves are on edge, you know, because we don't know what to expect. Well, first of all, we don't know what to expect from 45 for the next. But I said this before the election. I said, you guys, if he does not win, or if it looks like he's not going to win, y'all just pray, because there's no telling what he's going to do. And he's already starting to do whatever he feels like it, because it appears like now he's like, F y'all.
Yeah. You know, what you expect, man. That's what he's going to do, man.
Right, man. Nobody else did like this. But, you know, it's like, see, even though he was not technically impeached, he's still suffering the same fate as Bill Clinton being a one-term president.
Wow.
Think about that.
Yeah.
But see, the thing, you know, like, I don't know if you had heard this, but apparently before he even became president, there was a prophecy going around in the evangelical Christian world that he was going to win the presidency and that he was going to serve 8 years. So now the evangelicals don't know what to do.
Yeah.
But I'm like, well, you know, maybe the prophecy is true. Maybe it wasn't 4 straight years. Maybe it wasn't 8 straight years. Maybe he comes in for 4, leaves, and then comes back. Who knows?
Like Don Jr. I mean, I like his son's politics more than his, to be honest with you.
You know, I mean,
more reasonable. It's more
and
reasonable.
you know, here's my thing. His son is, at least his son is young. I'm so sick of all these old people.
You know what I mean?
It's ridiculous. I mean, the thing is that Obama is still young compared to them.
Yep. Yeah, he's shooting jump shots.
I'm like, he just made 60.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. He's still, because I mean, you know, he's right before Generation X. He's right at the end of the baby boomers. And he acted more like a Generation X person.
Yeah.
I mean, going forward, we don't need no more baby boomers. we absolutely need no more baby boomers.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I don't think we'll get any more baby boomers after this because they're going to be too old.
Yeah. I think Generation X is, you know, we were problem solvers.
We need some Generation X, Y, or Z's. We do not need any more baby boomers. They're too old. They're out of touch.
Yeah. Yeah.
And see, that's my thing. That's what I was saying is that both the Republican Party and the Democratic Party need to do some serious soul searching.
Yeah.
And there needs to be a new generation in both of those parties that bring those parties back to what they really are supposed to be about. And because if they don't, both parties are going to continue bleeding people who are just going to be independent.
Yeah. No, I'm just looking at chat. I just open shady corners there.
I see. Well, the governor says that they have proof to provide the election was rigged.
Yeah.
What governor?
Yeah.
Governor of what state? Not of the state of California.
Well, Nevada said they're like having votes that are coming back like all the time, like for real now. It's like 11,000 and 11,000 vote difference. And provisional votes still aren't in.
Wow.
So, you know, that's if if people don't provide the identification, then all those votes go in the trash.
And see the thing is that like, okay, like my dude did the provisional because although he had registered and everything, they never sent him anything. But so he did the provisional, but when he provisionally voted, he showed ID. You know, because you're supposed to show an ID. If you're doing a provisional vote, you need to show ID.
Yeah.
If you're doing a ballot vote, then obviously, you know, you bring in the ballot that they sent you to the house. Because even though California said that they were sending out mail-in ballots to everybody, that's a lie. I never got a mail-in ballot. Never got it.
Yeah.
The only person in my house who did get a mail-in ballot was my son.
Wow. And it's the same year as the census too. You know that, right?
Huh?
So did we even get an accurate census count?
Well, I know that I did the census for this household.
Man, scary.
I know I did the census. I do the census every 10 years. I always do the census.
Yeah.
Because, well, for me, I'm thinking like, you know, years from now, generations from now, they'll be able to find me on the census. My descendants will, so that they can, you know, look at their family. You know, thankfully, my family did the census. That's the reason how we're able to find, you know, records of our family all the way back to the beginning of the 20th century.
Yeah. Yeah. Man.
You know, but a lot of Black people don't like to do the census.
But what y'all want them to knocking on the door? Sir, we just want to know how many people are here. That's
The
how
normal number. The
the little
normal
white lady,
number.
the little white lady came and knocked on the door. Like, there's some white lady at the door.
I did mine online, and they still came to my house.
Yep. What's your name again, sir?
Hold on, Darren. I'm gonna go on mute. You can continue talking. I'm gonna go on mute for 1 second. I have to have a conversation with my son real quick.
Okay. So hold on, let me look at the chat lag real quick, see what people talk about. We got, I don't know what Uppity doing, man. She's doing all kind of cats in the box, a hat and gloves. What's up, Pam? What's up, Terry? Let me see. I know that there's a video that I was gonna play. I know Joe Biden just got declared a criminal or something like that. He's a witness or a person of interest in some Ukrainian deal, which is crazy that the Ukrainian deal is what they were really trying to hit Trump on. So, and then when they found Hunter Biden, with the whole pedophilia thing going on, and so this is all messed up, man. This is a mess.
I'm back. I heard you.
Yeah.
Now see, that's the thing. I thought the stuff with Hunter, with Joe Biden's son had to do with some stuff that he had been doing with some foreign government, which was like kind of similar kind of stuff that they were trying to throw out about the Trump kids previously.
Yeah. Yeah, they were trying to I think saying he had taken a payoff for
Here's the thing: Mr. Biden has provided all of his tax returns.
Yeah.
I mean, that the thing is like if the he's provided all his tax return, he's given us full disclosure. So and nothing's there.
Wait, so Georgia today announced that they're going to they stopped all
Georgia, we all agreed that the vote was simply too close in Georgia. They have to do a recount in Georgia.
Yeah, and the hand count.
It was 1,100 vote difference.
Yeah.
No, there's no way. I mean, so that state is a legitimate recount. But even without the state of Georgia, if all of the other states certified their votes, Biden has it. But I know it's important. It's important for the Republican Party to find out what the vote was in Georgia, because if Mr. Biden won the state of Georgia, that's another state that is traditionally red that turned blue in this election, and it's something that the Republican Party definitely needs to know.
Yeah.
I mean, both parties need to know that, because Arizona, nobody was surprised about Arizona turning blue. Mr. Trump said so many nasty and negative things about John McCain, which the state of Arizona idolizes, that I knew once his wife came out and endorsed Biden that Arizona was gone. I knew Arizona was gone at that point. So I was not surprised about Arizona looking more blue. Plus, during this pandemic, I know a bunch of people that have moved from California to Arizona and also to Nevada, to those two states.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. I think that a lot of people that were in California now live in Arizona and voted blue, and that helped push them, push Arizona more blue.
Yeah, I know. I thought Arizona was going to be red because remember, it's like they just weren't they the last state to celebrate Martin Luther King's birthday?
Yeah,
in Maricopa County.
But I really think it's because of the stuff that Mr. Trump said about John McCain.
Yeah,
I really think that that's really what it was, is because Mr. Trump showed so much, so little love, and he said things about the governor of the state of Arizona. He has said some crazy stuff about a state that, supposedly, supported him. And I think that the things that he said is why they decided not to vote in his favor. Hey, Blind Needle.
Well, I'm about to chop off.
Okay.
I just wanted to hop in. Thanks for letting me pop up for a second and kind of giggle.
Oh, no worries. No worries. I appreciate you coming up. I rarely drop the thing in, but I'm like, let me drop it in. Folks can come on up. It doesn't just have to be my opinion.
Yeah. It's all to the good. All to the good.
All right, Darren.
All right. Peace out.
All right.
Bye.
Yeah. So I will drop it one more time in case anybody else wants to come in. If not, we'll be shutting it down in a little bit. Let me drop it in the chat again. Appreciate you coming up, Darren. That was cool. But yeah, this has been a very, very strange election. For those of us, who are interested in political science, this is, I think, one for the books. And I really think that the thing that really has this election so crazy is that so many people did mail-in ballots during this election. And I just don't think that the states could handle it, because every state has a different way of when they're going to count the freaking votes. But I can promise y'all this. I don't think that we will ever have an issue about mail-in ballots ever again in life after this. Not in a presidential election, y'all. Not in a presidential election. Not at all. I mean, I'm just kind of like, can December 6th hurry up and get here? But we got to get through Thanksgiving, and we have to get through the court cases that Mr. Trump has, filed in the different states before then. I know I had said something about the Supreme Court pretty much voting Mr. Trump's way, but y'all, I don't know about that now, considering what happened with the Affordable Care Act. They may not necessarily throw Roe v. Wade out, but there's a lot of Christians. There are a lot of Christians that want it to be overturned. They want America to answer for all of the babies that we have murdered, that we have allowed to murder. They feel that blood is on our country's hands. And they feel that our country is not repentant. I'm just telling you what I hear, I mean, I have a relationship with God, and I guess I would be what you would call a Christian. Although I use the term loosely, because there's so many people who call themselves Christians that are not living a Christian life, okay, at all. So I use the term loosely because of those people, and my views probably are different from a lot of them, and I'm pro-life, pro-choice. I'm pro-life for me, but I'm pro-choice for everybody else. It's not for me to make that decision for you. But you know, it's between them and God. It's I'm just afraid of what it will go back to if Roe v. Wade is overturned. I'm just afraid of, you know, desperate women doing desperate things if it goes back. You know, I mean, most of us, we weren't even adults at the time that abortion was made legal in the United States. I was 10. Okay. So all of the life that my life that I could have children, you know, my childbearing years, abortion was legal in this country. I can't imagine it not being legal because I'm afraid of women dying. Women die having kids as it is. And I don't want women to do crazy things or take crazy methods to not have a child. Because sometimes, you know, they may be on birth control, they may be doing all the things that they're supposed to do, and it happens. You know, nothing is 100% except not having sex. Let's be real about it, you know? But I know I've been on here talking. I appreciate Darren getting up here with me. And I'm about to get off of here. I'm going to let David come on over here because, y'all, he does have on a shirt today. Come on. Once you come on. I'm going to let you come on, Mr. 25-year-old. Come on, have a seat. Have a seat before I turn on the camera. All right, I'm going to turn the camera on, you guys, so y'all can see me and my son. I told y'all we got on pink and green, but I am not an AKA. Hey.
Hey.
See? Y'all see he got on his green?
Okay.
Okay. But that's the shirt he picked.
Okay.
And I have on this pink shirt. It's one of those ones, you know, it's off the shoulders. I like it. I like it. So I'm glad you guys came through. Thank you, Darren, for coming up and, you know, just sharing your views. You know, I'm not one of those argumentative people. I just like to hear other people's views. And I think that, y'all, we're going into a seriously, a transition time in our country. We need to decide what we want our country to look like to the rest of the world. Because what we look like right now is crazy. Seriously. We look crazy right now. And I don't like that. You know? I don't like us looking crazy. Anyway, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow. Y'all know I'll come on in the morning with my little early morning thing. I don't know what it's going to be tomorrow. We'll see what it is. Hopefully, I don't know, 45 doesn't do anything crazy overnight. But I'll see y'all tomorrow. Until then, I offer you guys peace and blessings from the West Side. See y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Okay.